It was an unusually distressing call that came through to the emergency services that evening. A desperate 13-year-old boy threatened to run away from home, his voice quivering with fear and frustration. Officer Feliciano Serra, who had recently joined the force, was dispatched to meet the boy. Serra, only 24 years old, was committed to his duty and well respected by his colleagues. But this particular situation was not something he was prepared for. But hey, before we dive into the story, do yourself a favor and pause the video right now. Go hit that like button, and let's see if we can make this video reach 1,000 likes. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to your favorite story channel. Also make sure to ring the notification bell so you never miss out on the latest and weirdest stories. Trust us, you won't want to miss what's coming your way. Now sit back, relax, and prepare to be amazed as we take you on an unforgettable ride. Don't forget to engage with us in the comments below. We love hearing from you. Without further ado, let's dive right in. When Officer Serra arrived, he was puzzled to find that the boy, Cameron Walker, had called 911 not from his home but from a payphone at a nearby store. Concerned and curious, Serra approached the distraught teenager, who was clearly upset and agitated. The officer gently coaxed Cameron to explain why he had run away. Cameron revealed that his mother had disciplined him for using his brother's gaming system without permission. What seemed like a minor issue was, in fact, just the tip of the iceberg. Cameron's frustration stemmed from much deeper problems at home. Serra, recognizing the signs of a troubled household, persuaded the boy to take him to his home to better understand the situation. As they arrived at Cameron's house, Officer Serra braced himself for what he might find. Inside, the scene was heart-wrenching. The house was in disarray, and Cameron's room was stark and bare with his clothes piled in a black garbage bag. He slept on a couch or an inflatable mattress, moving between whichever space was available. The family had recently moved from Texas to South Carolina to care for a sick relative, and they were struggling financially. Cameron's mother, a deeply religious woman, invited Serra to sit and talk. Over a cup of coffee, she shared their story. Recently fired from her job as a waitress, she was grappling with overwhelming financial stress. Adding to her burdens was the responsibility of caring for her brother, who was severely ill and hospitalized. The family's move had left them without stability, and the strain was evident in their living conditions. Serra learned that Cameron's father, much like Serra's own, had been involved in gang activities and had lost his life in a violent altercation when Cameron was just a toddler. Cameron's mother had turned to faith to cope with the loss and had done her best to raise her children alone. Despite her efforts, the hardships were taking a toll on everyone, especially Cameron. Moved by their plight and drawing from his own experiences of a troubled childhood, Officer Serra knew he had to do more than just listen. Without telling the family, he began reaching out to his network for help. Soon he returned with a surprise for Cameron and his brother: new furniture, including beds, desks, chairs, and even a video game console. The gesture brought Cameron to tears, and his mother was overwhelmed with gratitude. Serra's act of kindness didn't stop there. He shared the Walker family's story on social media, where it quickly went viral. People from all over the world reached out, wanting to contribute and support the family. Donations poured in, and the community rallied around the Walkers, offering financial help and other forms of assistance. Serra was praised for his compassion and dedication, reinforcing his belief in the power of community and kindness. A few weeks later, as Serra was riding the wave of goodwill from his previous good deed, he received another urgent call. A young boy named Kaden had gone missing from his home. Serra was dispatched to lead the search, his previous experience with Cameron giving him a unique insight into the situation. Kaden had vanished from his home while playing with his toys. His parents, already strained by financial difficulties, were frantic with worry. The search party, led by Serra, combed through the nearby woods and surrounding areas, but as night fell, hope began to wane. Serra, however, refused to give up. He knew all too well the dangers a young boy could face alone in the dark. As dawn broke, Serra continued the search with renewed determination. He ventured deeper into the woods, guided by a faint hope. Suddenly, he heard a faint growling sound. It was Kaden's dog, a loyal terrier named Max, who had stayed by the boy's side throughout the ordeal. Serra followed the sound and found Kaden, cold and scared but otherwise unharmed, huddled in a bush with Max standing guard. Relieved, Serra carried Kaden back to safety, the faithful terrier following close behind. At the hospital, Kaden was given a thorough checkup and was found to be in good health. The reunion with his family was emotional, and the neighborhood celebrated Max as a hero. Sarah's actions once again captured the community's heart. The story of Max's loyalty and Sarah's unwavering dedication spread, inspiring others to show kindness and support to those in need. The police department recognized Sarah's exceptional service, and he became a role model for both his colleagues and the community. Through his experiences with Cameron and Kaden, Officer Feliciano Serra demonstrated that compassion and empathy could make a profound difference. His journey from a troubled childhood to a dedicated officer was a testament to the power of resilience and the impact of positive action. Years later, as Serra reflected on his career, he knew that his most significant achievements weren't the arrests he made or the crimes he solved, but the lives he touched and the hope he inspired. His story became a beacon of light, reminding everyone that even in the darkest times, there is always a way to make a difference. The ripple effect of Sarah's actions and the subsequent community support led to positive changes in countless lives. As the years went by, Serra continued to serve his community, but his focus gradually shifted towards mentorship. He wanted to guide the next generation of officers, instilling in them the values of compassion, integrity, and service. He often shared his personal story, not as a tale of hardship, but as an example of how resilience and kindness could change lives. On the anniversary of the day he had found Cameron, Serra organized a community event to celebrate the progress made since then. It was a gathering of families, officers, and volunteers, all coming together to celebrate unity and support. Cameron, now a confident teenager, stood beside Serra as they addressed the crowd. He spoke about how that fateful day had changed his life, and how Sarah's kindness had given him hope and a future. The event was a testament to the power of community and the enduring impact of compassion. Serra looked out at the crowd, filled with people whose lives had been touched by acts of kindness, and felt a deep sense of fulfillment. He had turned his personal struggles into a force for good, creating a legacy that would continue long after he was gone. As the sun set on the event, Serra felt a hand on his shoulder. It was Cameron's mother, her eyes filled with gratitude. "Thank you," she said simply. "You gave us more than just furniture and support. You gave us hope." Serra smiled, knowing that this was the true reward of his work. He had found his calling not just in law enforcement, but in the simple yet profound act of helping others. His journey had come full circle, from a troubled youth to a beacon of hope, and he knew that this was just the beginning of the positive changes that compassion could bring.